Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back in the BMW M2 CS Racing, this time at Phoenix Legacy Road Course for yet another track guide. Now this is an open setup series, and if you want to race the exact setup being driven by Gianni Lutzu around here, or the endurance variant, or the wet, or the qualifying, or anything like that, you can go to our website, sambosetups.com, rated 5 stars by our customers, or you can go to our Patreon page. There are links to both in the description. As always, we're going to do a hot lap, then a breakdown, then we will be back in the cockpit one final time, the driving line on. Any questions, do, of course, let me know in the comments. Right, let's go. So here we are, smashing it down the main straight. As we get mid-corner or mid-track, we're on the brakes, initially up to about 45%, and now it's a long trail off. We want a really wide mid-corner so we can cut back in third gear, and now we're going to jump over this curb on the right-hand side. Little lift as we do that. Now we're going to go flat through turn 5. The end of the white and blue, we're on the brakes, and now that increases in strength as we go into turn 7. We stay in third gear, and we've actually done a really wide exit from that so that we can cut back in on turn 8. I know it's just one corner, but they have named it 2. Braking the white line, back on the brakes, which is about 60%, wipe that speed off, down to second gear. One of the rare times we use it in the BMW. And now we're going to go flat until we get to this second marshal's hut just up ahead on the right hand side. That's when we do a lift, and now back on the gas in fourth gear. Everything's slippy slidey around here, and over and across the line we go in a 1:03 flat. Right, we've got the breakdown lap coming up next. Okay, so breakdown lap. So we're going to start turning in towards the end of the white wall on the left-hand side. As we get to mid-corner, we get off the gas, we get on the brakes initially at sort of 10-15%, and then we're going to increase that pressure up to a maximum of about 45%. And now we're just going to be feathering it, slowly leading off. We want a really wide entry into the final part of this corner, which is now turn 2, weirdly. And this is when we start getting back on the gas, when we're pointing at the big NASCAR number board thing. Now we're wanting our right-hand tyres fully over to the right-hand side of this little curb that we're mounting. We do a lift to do that. And then we want to get nice and tight to that wall on the left-hand side. We want to have this entry as we come into turn 6, and as we get off the white and blue curbing here, we're going to get on the brakes up to about 25%. We're going to trail that off to this first apex, and then we're going to straighten the wheel and immediately increase the pressure up to about 45%, and then trail off. We start picking back up on the gas in third when we're pointing at this Bank of America sign. And then we're just slowly getting back up to full power, which we do here. So as you can see from the telemetry graph, it's not a case of just smashing that right foot down, sadly. Right, we want to be as wide as we can here. You've got to keep half your car to the left-hand side of this white line. And we're going to start getting on the brakes as soon as we hit this little dotted one in front of us. So as you can see there. And again, just on the brakes to about 60%. Get the turn in, trail it off. Pick up on the gas at the apex in second. And now you can see 2 Marshall's Hut. This first one I'm passing now, it's the second one we're going to do our lift at that you can just see on the right hand side of the screen. Now as we get alongside it, do a big lift, and then we start picking back up on the gas just before we go past this Subway and NASCAR sign. And that is the breakdown lap of the BMW M2 CS Racing at Phoenix Legacy Roadway, Causeway, Roadway. And we have one final version coming up next with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy.